I feel like when I was going through my fitness journey, I watched a lot of these videos, like what my fitness journey looked like, before and after pictures and all these things, because I'm just interested in also wanting to see what works for other people. I want to preface this with, I am not a dietitian, I am not a nutritionist, I am not a PT, I am not somebody that you should be looking for advice from in regards to that. I'm just sharing what my experience looked like, and hopefully with my experience, if you are similar to me, either in body type or in just history in regards to your body and things of that nature, you feel a little bit more seen, a little bit more heard and understood, and things of that nature. So take everything that I'm saying here with a grain of salt. I'm definitely going to leave a couple of resources down below in the description box, in the description box. So like I said in my last video, like, comment, and subscribe. Anyway, like I said in my last video, I don't really enjoy working out. And I feel like a lot of people really do enjoy it. Like, they're like, oh man, I love going to the gym. I love, getting a good sweat, and I love getting on the cardio machines, getting on the elliptical or the treadmill or the Stairmaster or the whatever and what have you. I love doing that. I love weightlifting. Like, that's what I love to do. I'm not one of those people. I do not love to do it. There's not a love in me for it. I do it because I get to. And then also watching my body do things that it's never been able to do before. I feel like going to the gym is a way of repaying it. Like, you can do this. Like, it's not a situation of if, it's a matter of when. You can do this. And the ability in watching my body change throughout the time that I've been doing fitness, right, I think that's the most gratifying thing about it. So do I go to the gym because I love it, baby? No. Baby, no, absolutely not. Love? I love my husband. I do not love going to the gym. So that's what it means to me, is that I'm able to do it, so I put myself through that. My number one goal in regards to going to the gym is living a healthy lifestyle. I want to be able to live a healthy lifestyle. And what a healthy lifestyle looks like to me is one with balance, play, and consistency. Like, that's what it looks like to me. And the reason why I say that is because I feel like a lot of people say, oh, I just want to have abs, or oh, I just want to have the fattest dump truck, like, oh, I just want to have the cuts in my quads, physiques, right? And that could definitely be a driving factor, but baby, we are all at one point or another going to sag, wrinkle, and shrivel away with the wind. So yes, physique is great, but when you actually work out and you're moving your body and you're eating healthy, you are doing things that are going to help your body actually move and function. Just really being able to live, and also being able to do what I feel like I need to do, which is go to the gym. Go to the gym, eat healthy, move my body more, eat better. And that journey, that process also looks very beautiful, because there are a lot of meals that I have discovered that I have made that tastes very, very delicious. Like, I eat everything. I do not restrict myself in any way. Yes, there's calories in, calories out. So for me personally, I calorie track. I like to calorie track. That's my personal preference. That's my prerogative. That's just what it is. So that's just what it is, right? So I like to calorie track. So there's that. But outside of calorie tracking, for me, it's also about, how do I feel? Does this food make me feel a certain way? Like, do I really want to go and eat this pizza and be lethargic for the rest of the day? Maybe, but no. I don't. But that's the thing, like, those things also. At the time, I was about 180 pounds. In 2019, when I started, I was the heaviest I've ever been. Gained all the weight. That's just what it was. Life was happening. I was in college. I was able to eat whatever I wanted. I had access. I had a job. So maybe, I spent my coin on food. That's what I did. That's what most people did, right? So I gained weight. That's just what it was, right? And then from that point, in 2019, when I started, I was very consistent about working out. At that point, I was doing a lot of things wrong. And this is the disclaimer that I'm saying, like, okay, I'm not a nutritionist, I'm not a dietitian. Don't come for me in the comments. All I'm saying is that these are things that I've learned that are not technically right. I was eating 1,200 calories a day, an extreme deficit. I was going to the gym 6 days a week, and I was lifting weight, but I wasn't lifting weight. I wasn't progressive overloading. I was doing a lot of like HIIT workouts, and I lost the weight. That's what worked for me at the time. That's what I did. As I've grown in my fitness journey, I've realized eating 1,200 calories a day is not healthy. One, it's too low of a deficit, especially for women. Again, I'm going from eating 2,800 calories to 3,000 calories a day to 1,200. That's a crazy deficit, and it was instant. Like, I didn't go, I'm gonna slowly get to 1,200 calories. I literally was like, okay, today I'm losing weight, I'm eating 1,200 calories, and my whole diet changed, and within a split decision, right? And with that, it was very It wasn't, another thing is some people feel like, oh, these things are like a shock to their system. I didn't feel that. My body didn't feel like it was a shock to the system. What became more of a shock to my system was when I couldn't maintain it. Because I lost the weight. I went from 180 to 151. That was my lowest as an adult. Then obviously the pandemic happened. Beginning of the pandemic, I'm sitting at 151. At the end of the pandemic, 165-ish. Yeah, at the end of 2020. Why about 165-ish? Starting 2021 is when the weight started to kind of creep up back on me, because my husband and I were out of the country at the end of 2020. So when we got back to the United States, we didn't have access, again, spending the coin, having access, wanting to eat foods that we were kind of deprived of in the time frame that we were away. So of course, what does your girl do? She eats more food. And eating more food, what happened? I gained more weight. That's what happened. So now we're in 2021. In the beginning of 2021, I'm again about 165-ish, maybe even 170. By the time 2021 is over, baby, I'm sitting at 195. 195 was my heaviest. And being 195 was not, seeing the number on the scale wasn't the problem for me either. Like I don't have any feelings with weight. I'm not one of those people that are like, oh my God, if I'm not this weight, I don't look good. I'm not like that. How do I feel at this weight? So like for me, when I was 151, I felt a little bit better. My body was, I have a lot of popping and creaking. People say once you hit 30, 25. Once I hit 25, 20, 23, 24, 25, my body just pops and cracks, and there's just air pockets in your joints. So when you move and you get up and you haven't moved for a while, you're popping and cracking. So I'm popping and cracking and popping and cracking, all from 180 to 170 to 160, but 150, popping and cracking in air between the joints kind of stops a little bit. Like at 150, my body feels like it was always just kind of limber, right? So I felt different. So when I got to 195, I wasn't like, oh my God, I'm 195 pounds. It's the heaviest I've ever been. I was like, I do not feel good. My body doesn't feel good. I wake up every day, I feel sore, I feel achy, I have these aches and pains, my knees hurt, my joints hurt. And those were all indicators to me to lose more weight. From there, we then end up moving at the end of 2021. We're in Washington. And we're chilling and we're doing what we want to do, right? And our place has a gym downstairs, so we were going to the gym downstairs. And within a couple of months of just eating, yes, back into a deficit, but a more feasible deficit, which was like 1,600 calories, and then going to the gym and eating healthy, again, lost the weight. Like the weight loss didn't drop off me the way it did. Like within 6 months of me eating 1,200 calories in 2019 and going to the gym 6 times a week, doing HIIT and running like a chicken with no head, child, I lost 25 pounds, right? Within 6 months of eating within a 1,500 calorie deficit, I lost about 10, 15 pounds. Now, I don't know all the science behind like metabolism and like why your body does certain things, but I do know for me, it was a slower process, and I'm still slowly, gradually losing that weight. So at the end of 2022, I went from 195 to about 166. That's kind of where it was. It was I think it was a pretty good weight loss. I don't know. I think it was about maybe 25, 30 pounds or so. Like, okay, cool. So right now I'm actually currently sitting at around like 165 as well. So that's kind of where I'm at right now. It's a journey, it's a process, it's a lifestyle. It's not going to happen tomorrow. It is going to take time, and it's going to take effort. It's going to take knowledge and information, and for you to also be consistent. So that is a little bit of a rundown of like my fitness journey, how long I've been doing it and why. I have a lot of clothes that I currently have that I still kept from being 151. When we moved to Washington, I got rid of a lot of clothes that I didn't need and a lot of clothes that I just didn't wear anymore. My wardrobe is kind of funky right now because I have a lot of clothes that are too small and I have a lot of clothes that are too big. So because I'm in between sizes, my clothes that fit me when I was 151 are clothes that fit a person who was 151 pounds. I'm 15 pounds heavier than that right now. So that's not a thing that I could just throw on these jeans or throw on this legging or whatever and we're ready to go. Like they just don't fit. And then there's clothes that because I was 195, not that I bought clothes when I was 195, but the clothes that were much more snug are not snug. They are huge. Being in between sizes can be a bit of a mental game. It can be a little bit hard. I just think the best advice I can give there is just keep showing up. Like if you want to keep losing the weight, if you want to keep, get to a weight where your clothes fit you the way that you would have wanted it to fit you, just keep showing up, just keep doing the thing, and you will see progress. There is no failure in hard work. I am following a program. So this is where I tell you guys about my program. I use the Evolve You app. That's my app that I use. I like it. There's so many different programs on there. There's so many different workouts on there. Everybody's gonna be like, oh, what do you use? That's what I use. I do not have no idea how to format a workout routine that I think, well, I can't say I have no idea, but I just don't have the energy. I don't have the energy to form out a workout routine that I would want to do. And another thing about workouts is that sometimes it can get boring if you have to do the same movements. But to be completely fair, if you want the dump truck, you gotta do the same movements. There are just some staple movements that are just you're gonna have to do. Like, that's just what it is, right? And I also use it to track, obviously, my progressive overload, and that has helped me a lot in my mentally, because I hate going, one of the things I can't stand, baby, is going into the gym and not knowing what to do. I hate that feeling. Like, I like going to the gym knowing exactly what I'm gonna do. For me, yes and no. For me, it's yes and no. I ultimately want to live a healthy lifestyle, but if I'm on my way of living a healthy lifestyle and I get a dump truck, I'm completely fine with that. I'm completely fine with that. That's just me though. I think this physique matter is a personal question. I think people have to figure out what works for them. And I used to feel like that was such a weird comment, like what works for me? I don't know what works for me. That's how I used to feel when I was a newbie, hearing all these people on the internet talking about, do what works for you. What works for me though? I don't know. That part of feeling like you don't know what works for you is that's where you're supposed to try things and figure out what does. Doing what works for you literally means to pivot into something that you feel more comfortable in. I literally Googled stuff. I went on YouTube and I found people that worked for me. So just to name a few that when I first started my fitness journey that really was helping me, 2 people that really well, I was like, oh my God, like these 2 people are making content every single day or every week. And this is the content that I'm following and watching back in 2019 was Whitney Simmons and Chrissy Chella. Those 2 women, when I was trying to learn how to do fitness, if I did not have Whitney or Chrissy in my head when I was at the gym, I wasn't doing anything. I don't want to feel like I don't know what I'm doing. So the not knowing. So the way to mitigate that, learn. I'm going to drop down these girls in the freaking description box. There are women that are on the internet that give you information that is so solid and so clear and so, it just chef's kiss. That just makes so much sense that I just feel like you don't have to not know. You could go find out, go figure out, go know. There's so many people out there that can help you and that can teach you, that you can learn from as a woman in the gym. At the end of the day, if it's not a woman that you want to learn from, there's still so many other resources out there. You can find your type of person that can help you, that you feel like is your teacher, that you can learn from. Do not be fooled by, oh, well, I don't really like this person, or I don't know. Okay, well, what are you there for? Are you there to like them? Or are you there to get the information and to put yourself through the challenge of actually getting from one point to another? Maybe you don't have to like them, but maybe you respect them and you respect their craft and they're teaching you something and you accept the information, you move on. And mind you, it's the internet. How they gonna know if you don't like them or not? Unless you out here just spewing negativity. Don't do that. Just get what you need to get and move on. That is what I have to say in regards to that. Okay? Okay. For me, counting calories definitely really helps me. If you are not somebody that counts calories, another person that I think is a really good resource in regards to counting calories is Stephanie Buttermore. She talks about her all-in journey and how she literally does not count calories and eats intuitively, and explains that at a different level, like on a level that I'm like, girl, I'm gonna have to watch this video a couple times, because some people would prefer to be intuitive eaters. I'm not that person. I want to know exactly what, down to the macro, what I'm eating. What has helped me lose weight and keep weight off is counting calories, sticking to a program, progressively overloading in the gym, and trying different foods and trying different things that can work for me. Making sure you have a routine that you can stick to is very, very important, and making that your baseline. My baseline is eating whatever calories a day, this amount of macros, this amount of fat, this amount of carbs. Eating a bit of calorie deficits or maintenance, and then eating that every week, every day. Different recipes, of course, because I love a little bit of variety. But that's my routine. That's my baseline. That's what I do. Outside of that, I live. You know what I mean? That's what I'm saying. Healthy lifestyle is about balance also. Like, you can't just only eat grilled chicken and broccoli. Now, if you're gonna go do something different, like, you know, lifting competitions, and you want to compete and stuff like that, of course you're going to put your body through a certain level, but after the competition you still have to live. You still have to maintain some level of, you know, satiety and physical well-being. Your whole body image, everything like that has to still be maintained after the competition's done, after the weekend of the spurge is done. There's a baseline that has to be accounted for, and I think that is one of that right there, chef's kiss. But the reason why a lot of people, I think, for me, in my opinion, a lot of people are not in spaces where they're like, oh, I really want to, you know, lose weight, but I don't know why. It's because, well, what are you actually doing every week? I'm not gonna be surprised if I step on the scale in a couple of weeks or so and I see that I gained a couple pounds from eating crazy every week. I'm not gonna be surprised. No, what are you actually doing? And are you being honest with yourself about that? So that is what I think my best tip would be. Lose a little bit more weight, focus a little bit more on my physique, and then also trying to see how to balance and maintain that. Because I do think that it's so easy to say the goal that you want, but not recognizing the process that it takes. So right now, my fitness goal is to live a healthy lifestyle. I'm really big on balance right now. I'm really big on eating what I like. I'm really big on not forcing myself to eat things I don't like. And I'm also extremely big on not having any food guilt. Like, I'm not wasting my time eating something and then being guilty about it. If I want it, I'm gonna eat it. I'm gonna live my life and then go back to my baseline, which is my routine, which is eating in a deficit if that's what I wanna do. Or if it's eating at a maintenance calorie intake, then that's what I wanna do. Or just intuitive eating. If that's what I want to do, then I do that. So that's pretty much it. I hope you guys like this video. I think it's a very different one. I also feel like I did a whole bunch of talking. I hope you like, I hope you comment, subscribe. I hope you have a wonderful day. I hope you are doing well. I hope you loved this video. And that is a wrap. Okay, I'll see you next week. See you next week.